I cannot believe that Mimic is making me do this. I mean, seriously. You know what? Calm down and let's just play a stupid game. Greetings everybody, Metasonic 3.0, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. So, let's get started already. I have no idea what this game is. I only know that Mimic told me to play it, so...
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Oh, really?
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Seriously?
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
And he likes that?
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, now I can move. Alright. Then let's follow the stupid voice.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, you random voice. Kind of creepy how the door closes by its own. But, who cares?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay then. Okay. You know what? Who cares? Let us go. Room closet? No.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
If you say so. Nice office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret
but where's the code and how...
2845.
Seriously?
But of course, Stanley could
how can I press the... with this button, okay.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to...
You literally taught me the answer, you...
Sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I still don't understand why Mimic wanted me to play this game, but who cares? Okay, go there. Nope. Then let's go to the elevator. Loading, 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 loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his
more
chest,
confused,
as though he
buddy.
felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay then.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Why is there standing escape in a kind of disturbing way? I just want to know what happens if I go there.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh! Okay then.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Okay, not gonna lie, the way how you are saying it makes me kind of interested to see how I would die.
Nope, still on board with death?
Yeah. But you know what, I just do the story. The main story which you want to tell me, and then I try anything else. Ooh, completely dark. Neat.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to
How should I
himself.
know?
Did he have the strength to find out?
I mean, yeah.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Neat.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Alright then.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control
I mean,
all this
technically
time?
I'm
Was
controlling
this the only
him,
reason
so...
he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I mean, technically, yeah.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
What should I know?
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I mean, probably. Huh.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I mean, I could press on, but like I said, I'll stay with the main story for now. Maybe in a future video I will press yes. So, what now?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Okay.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
I don't know.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
I also don't know.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
How should I know?
But
You're
as
the
sunlight
person that
streamed
literally
into
tells
the
me the
chamber,
story.
he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I mean, I would do this if I could, but oh.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Hooray, I suppose. So, what now? Das nehmen wir die. Aha. Okay then. Now I'm back. So,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay then. I suppose now I can do all of this again. But this time I suppose I choose different options.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, this time Stanley goes to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I don't know.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Really?
It had really been worth
Just
the detour after all, just to
room.
spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Well, time to go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Screw you! I mean, seriously.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
You know
here.
what?
I'm not your enemy, really.
Yeah, let's
I'm
survive
not.
this.
I realize that but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Very interesting, I suppose. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room.
I mean,
what a gorgeous...
if it would be
Eager
yellow, it
to
would be
get
better,
back to business,
but,
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Instead, no. Suck, that's the wrong number.
Stanley was so bad at following
Yeah,
directions, it's
whatever,
incredible he
buddy.
wasn't fired years ago.
Alright.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
Bye-bye.
this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yeah.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen
I
to
don't
you?
know, maybe.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Nah. Maybe next round.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley goes to the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, Stanley walked through the blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Buddy, we already did the main story, so let me have some fun.
I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Maybe more options.
Skill trees?
A different alternate story,
absolutely
like this.
nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Can I open this? No. All right then, let's see.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I mean, it is alright, but it's just one door leading to this room, so I'm nice and give you a 3.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know?
Oh, screw
Any level
you!
of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful.
Screw you!
Here, based on the
If you
data
don't like
from your
my
previous
opinion,
playthrough,
then
I've
don't
compiled
ask
a
me.
version.
Seriously.
Perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Alright then. The Stanley Parable. What? Leaderboard? Seriously? A leaderboard? I'm not even interested in this kind of boy crap.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Yeah, show
Let
me.
me boot it up. In this game, the baby
What the
crawls
fuck?
left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the
What?
fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't
Screw
you
you!
use 4 hours of
I would
play
never
to
play
make
this
sure
for
it's
4 hours. I
effective?
mean,
Be sure
I would
to keep
only play
notes
this.
on your experience.
I would maybe play this in the future for 4 hours if this video gets over 400 likes or if
You
the
heartless
subscribers will get
bastard.
even bigger than
Did
before.
you do
But
it because you hate babies or
But
purely
no.
to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to
Technically
do. I'm
both.
completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
nice.
Thank you for playing.
Good.
Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey,
Perfect.
since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
So I suppose.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Then do it.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Seems like we
Well,
are
it seems obvious to
camp
me
ranger
that
or
you are
something
meant to
like
play
this.
as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of
What?
twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a
Or
fascinating
you are a
venture
little
into
bit
the
too
experience
insane in
of
your
total
head.
mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it
Uh-huh.
seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
So... Huh. Okay, guys, not gonna lie. If you would tell me what game this is, I would kind of want to look inside it, because
Oh no.
it kind of looks
No,
interesting.
no, it can't be.
What? What's now wrong, you stupid guy?
It
Look,
is. It's an open world game. Good
yeah,
God, quickly, block
from
it
what I
off.
can see. Well,
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
are you
I really
kidding
wandered
me?
off into that thing, that big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Okay, seriously, guys, if you tell me what the name of this game is, I would love to play it. Not gonna lie, if this is really a game. I mean, I don't know if it's a game. Wait.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I'm pretty sure I would find a way outside here.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
Also, I
There are
know.
lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack.
Ooh, then
Okay,
let
I'm
me-
seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley,
I mean,
think it's sports
technically.
ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the
Also,
bases
why
and
are
do
you
a
saying it's
touchdown
a
together.
sports ball?
Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Huh. You know what? Time for some football or soccer, or however people are calling it.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked
I
so
mean,
hard?
technically.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will
Wait.
you write a story without me?
You
You
can't reach
can't
me.
do it. You know that. Stanley.
Finally, peace and quiet. And where am I now? Huh. Is this another game? Wait a second. Is this an old version of the Stanley Parable? Huh. That's a kind of neat idea for a little Easter egg or whatever this is. Yeah, it's literally probably an old version or something else. So, what now? Do I need to find an exit, or is there something else which I need to do?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy
I'm happy.
cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Well, good for you, I suppose. Huh. Alright then, so let's see what I can do now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct
No, I
way to the
think I will
meeting
not.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley
really.
knew it was something deeper. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You know what? This time, yeah, I will
And
do
so
it.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But, you know what? I will not follow you anymore. I'll do my own thing, yet again. 'Cause, why not?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I
What should I
thinking?
know?
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay then.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Well, not really, because I already played the main story which you gave me.
Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted.
No, there are more
I
doors.
definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
Maybe you did a little mistake with the code?
Change. Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move
How should
the
I
story
change
somewhere
anything?
or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the
I
story.
mean, seriously, you're the guy
It was right here just a minute
which
ago.
is telling the
I
story,
know
so
for
it's
sure
your
it's here
problem and
somewhere.
your error, not
Okay
mine.
then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay then, I suppose I go inside here. Then here. Then here. Everyone knows what you did. It's just back to the Okay, that's some weird warning sign. Oh. Okay.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely
Well,
was
it's
a
not
story
my
here
fault,
before.
princess.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find
What
it
should I
unlikely
know?
that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay then. And I don't know why, but something
All
tells
of
me
his
that
co-workers
it's still
are
not
gone.
fixed.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
So,
the meeting room.
let's just quickly
Perhaps he had
see.
simply missed a memo.
Yep, I was right. There's literally nothing.
Okay, yep,
No door.
it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back
I
the other
doubt that.
direction and see if we missed anything?
You know what? So.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Okay, then. I
No,
don't know.
wait,
This
never
would
mind.
be
Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
If you say, eh?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
Seriously?
You win! Congratulations!
Yay! I won!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Neat.
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you
Seriously?
didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Hey!
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those
I want
situations.
fair and square.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Alright then.
All right,
what's that
I've
now?
got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
Trademark.
How simple is that?
Just follow the line trademark. How about now? I will not follow the line.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Seriously? I don't want to follow the line. The line trademark. Seriously, now we are following
You
the
see,
stupid yellow
the
line.
line knows where the
I
story
mean,
is.
it is.
It's over in
It's
this
yellow,
direction.
so
Onward, Stanley, to
something.
destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our
what? No,
destination,
I go
even
to
if there's no
Perth.
story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation
what?
of the nature of
Five
life itself?
line
Okay,
words.
Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both
No.
agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
What the heck
Hang
are
on.
you talking
Anything
about?
weird back there? Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
No, no thanks. You got to be kidding me, right?
Cut the music, go back, and look at that fern.
How about
Wait,
now?
we're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done
Good
this?
job,
to us?
kid,
After
right?
we
Good
trusted you,
job.
after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
And the line is still there. So, let's follow it.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line.
Hey,
What's it ever
I wanted
done
to
for
follow
us?
the yellow
We're
line
intelligent
now.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay then. Yeah,
Now,
right.
yes,
When I had
this
fun
is
with the
exciting.
Yellow Line,
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley.
I don't know.
I'm ready for
I
it.
want the Yellow Line back.
20 minutes later.
Okay, I think I'm seeing it right. The fact that this is an endless corridor, so I just need to go the other paths to I'm out and... Oh, the Yellow Line! Wait. God damn it, I'm an idiot.
A few moments later.
How is it possible that the path is literally going the same... Not... Who cares?
Oh, no, not you again.
Hey!
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitoring.
Let the line be
Just
a
don't acknowledge it.
be a
Should be
part.
fine.
No. Hey! Aww.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each
You
door
got
has to
to
lead
be
somewhere,
kidding me,
which
right?
means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're
Can
going?
you just decide for a stupid door and let me open the door?
Then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Finally.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
The confusing ending?
The confusion ending.
Neat.
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how
Really?
all this goes?
That didn't really felt
It's
like
all
8 times, but
Determined?
I like
So
that.
now, according to the schedule, I restart again.
It
Then what?
restart,
Am I
your
just supposed to
narrator is gone
forget?
after a long
Well,
time
what if I don't
Stanley
want to
dies.
forget? My mind
Nice.
goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I
Seriously?
won't do it.
Seriously?
And the timer stopped?
Uh,
Does that mean, did we do
Huh.
it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
how should I know? Can you maybe
So-
open one of these doors?
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some
Or
way...
you open the
that this is a
door
kind
and
of
we
story,
walk through
wouldn't you
some more
agree?
doors, I
I'm not
suppose.
quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are
Dude,
right now.
just open the
We'll find out,
door.
won't we? Eventually. Well, in the
Seriously?
meantime, if you...
What? Okay, I suppose. Also, I think that's enough for her now, so... I hope you all liked it, and I may play more in the future, and, well... Have fun, everybody! Metasonic 3.0 out.